Hello, good afternoon, Tuesday afternoon. And so I'm going to do a little demo for you today. And first, I am Connie Skaggs from Ladson, South Carolina, right outside of Charleston, South Carolina. So if just real quick, if you don't have a Creative Memories advisor and you would like one, be sure to look me up online. Um, and so I would appreciate it very much. I usually put all my information in my description. And so, and if you have an advisor, then love on them and serve them well. If you're interested in becoming an advisor, also contact me anytime just to join my team. I appreciate it. But I thought I'd just do a little quick video today. A couple things I want to show you. One thing is something that Noreen Smith showed last week, but I just wanted to talk about it. But I want to talk about our frame punches today and kind of show you a quick demo that some have asked me about. I'd throw a picture up. I don't think I had done this one in the past. If I have, uh, we always got new frame punches, and so you can try those about any time. All right, I'm going to switch my camera, and I appreciate it very much. So the one thing I want to talk about today, kind of real quick, is our frame punches. We have several out or that are available. This one is the Damask Flourish frame. This one is a dollop arch. It's really nice. This one was out, I think, last fall. This is a spider web frame, but if you do it all the way around, it looks kind of neat. This one is kind of an oldie but a goodie. They actually brought this one back. This one's a geometric frame. And then, of course, our latest one is the spring leaves frame. And I did show that one a couple weeks ago by showing you how you cut out, on a 6x8 piece of paper. Because as long as you're doing them in 2-inch increments, they will work. And so this was a 6x8, and I done it this way. Another one, I think I cut it all the way around, and then I showed it that way. I may have not put that one completely on my YouTube channel. I know I've done this one where you could color in put it on another block, and I just didn't grab that one. But, it's like this one here. If you want to and stick a picture on it, have it on another background, it would show up. So just knowing that there's other ways you can do them. This was the dollop punch where I punched that one out. It fits pretty good with a 4x6. And of course, like I said, that was a 6x8 piece when I started. So I want to just show you some of those. But the one little trick I want to do today, I want to show you, and I think I'm going to use, well, you know what? I think I'll use this leaf one. I've done it a couple of times, but anyway. Okay, so you take any piece of paper that you have. You kind of like both sides because you can decide which way. This is from our an older, or last year's, I think, Christmas seasonal sightings. I just happen to have some extra of that. And of course, you want to put this over to the corner, and you're just going to fold it. And you can fold it all the way, but you don't have to. I mean, really, I guess you do. I'm thinking about it. And you kind of do that to get to the center of it, just lightly down through there. And this is too long to cut on our trimmer and stuff. But what we're going to do is just kind of start in the middle here. So kind of work out. And we want to put the folded edge on the inside of this frame. So, the inside of our guide, we'll put it that way. It's not. Be sure I don't have anything in there. Oh, it's just kind of tight. Now, if you want to know where your center is, one thing you can do is you can bring this point up and see if it kind of goes toward the center of it. If it is, it's pretty much centered. So then you just punch from there. And of course, from this one, we're going to go to one side first, and then we'll put it back in and go to the other side. It's up to the top, and this go over this side and covers up all the blue, because that's your kind of your guide. And I do want to go all the way so I can make sure that I've got the point all done. Okay. Of course, that's our trash, and I'm just going to kind of scoot it to the side. And then we're going to slip this back in here. And it's kind of tight because I didn't push it down really tight. Then I'm going to line it up on this side and up towards the edge there, so that it makes that match up. Just bring this forward. Still covering up all that, holding this all the way up to the edge of the guide. Doing is we're making two pieces here. We're done. And then we'll have two pieces. Now I've just got some white paper here, so I want to show you, you can do a couple things. If I put it on this side and I do the other one up here, and that's down the center. So that's if you wanted to do a one-page spread. And then of course, you know, well, these are just some 3 by 3.5, you know, and you could do some other decorating there, but I'm just showing you that. However, if you want to do it on a 2-page spread, do this, be like that, have that going. If you wanted to, because this is kind of a directional, you know, but it really, because it's just kind of muted in here, you could do it this way. Do it this way. I like that one as well, because you see that these lines are going this way and these are going up and down. So that's not pleasing to my eye. But by the time you put pictures on it, you know, you usually don't notice that as much. But if I wanted to do it this way, now then see, that pleases my eye because those lines are all running the same direction. This is going across both pages. You got plenty of room for pictures here, pictures here. And so that is a quick way to do a design like that. So just kind of showing you. One piece of paper, fold it diagonally, and then you punch it. And you can use any of our frame punches. You can actually use any of the border punches if you wanted to. So those would be a good way to see how it is, you know, that, I mean, you can try any of them. It's just sometimes you want to, you know, the border punches are always good. These are the frame punches work for other things too. So most of our border punches would work. You want something that stays on, you know, it's not going to fall off. Can't be a chain or something like that. And how you know that is because this is solid down here, you know, this part up here is going to fall off. So you've always got, got that to look at when you're doing a frame. Now, I'll show you a couple things that I did do. This is the one that had caused some question. This is an old piece of paper. I just done it real quick as a demo. When I showed it, somebody said, oh, I need to remember how to do that. And of course, what I done is I cut the little corners off of it. And, you know, I already showed you how to put those two on a one piece of paper, but didn't have to. So this is what it looks like using the damask floral frame. So also, if you take one of our frames and you've got a 12 by 12 paper and say that you want to go all the way around, and I've showed you how to use the frame punch before, but for purposes of this demo, and I'm not going to do it on a 12 by 12, this is where I've done a 12 by 12 all the way around on the outside. And then I ended up cutting out the center twice, made these angles and put this one together. And this was on an old Croptoberfest paper. I might have some of it left. I don't think they have any of this one online, you know. So just showing you that was another way. But you know, how you use our frame punches. And like I say, there's these little lines that are on this side of each, and you can see the little, it's got a silver line there in between. You got this whole blue line, but right at the silver line, that's where you'd start your paper. If you want to use it as a border, you use the front, these two dots on the front. So I want to use it as a frame, and I've cut this 8 inches by 10 inches because I wanted it to be big enough for a larger photo, even though I don't have that larger photo right now. But I started on this side and I just punch. And then you're going to have this little tag up there. Well, that's how you know. And so because I've got this, and I know that those are going to cut at 3 inches, and see over here, then this is where I want it to stop. So I don't want to punch anymore. I don't want to punch it all the way to the edge. That's what you do when you're doing a border. So then I'm going to turn this, and this little tab becomes how we line it up for the next one. So I'm lining it up on this side, right here, and I'll punch, and this little piece comes off. And then I go to the next one, punch again. And so I'm going to punch 4 times down this side. And see, we're right here at this little piece again. It's going to have this little tab. So then I'll turn it. And just punching 3 times this time on this side. And we've got this tab here again that we're going to turn around. It seems like I'm always doing it right to left, probably because I'm right-handed. And so again, this is the longer side, so it's going to be 4 punches down this side for me because of the size that I'm using. This last little piece. So now that is becoming a nice frame for probably a 5 by 7. But see, if I wanted to put it on a page like this, and then I had another 4-inch piece, well, let me see, it'd be close, but I had a little edging there. And I wanted to put this down, like these are 3.5 by 5, 3.5 by 3.5. You know, I could put 3 photos here, which is, this is the design I'm going to show you in a minute. And this would hold a 5 by 7, you know, or I could do another mat, or I could do 5 by 7 mat with a 4 by 6 photo. And see, that's kind of a classy look there. Now, when I tried it with the Damask, this was a smaller frame, and this was too much frame for me. I didn't like it with a picture. That's the picture small. However, if I put that at the top of something and I wanted to do a nice big title or something, that would look great. Or I had a smaller picture where I was going to do a 3.5, say by 5.5, then that wouldn't look bad necessarily there. See, that would be okay. I just didn't like it in this orientation going up and down. So just kind of showing you some options there. So then the one thing about this kind of layout here, which was similar to Noreen Smith showed us last week about doing a flash formula for a bigger frame, whether you use frame punches, whether you use some of our frames that we have, we have a few out right now. This was one of our current ones out of the Sweet on You collection. And, we have a couple, have one for the New Farm collection. We have one for the Australia Sydney collection. And in the past, we've had, like the barn, and we had one for school, and those are gone. But then also sometimes we just have these bigger mats that they've come out with collections like Wanderlust and like Sparks of Magic. They had bigger frames already. It was just kind of a mat it wasn't as decorated and all this like our large frames are. But to do this same kind of layout here, let me just show you what that would look like, maybe. And say that I was going to use, because this has got some brown in it. And so I'll set this one aside, because the thing of it is I'm just showing you how you can, if you don't have these kind of frames, you can make you a frame with our frame punches. So that's why those are, it's very versatile, Now, because this is going up and down, I would want my hearts on this one to go up and down. I think that's what and I'm just going to do this. I won't keep this picture with it, but first thing I need is a 4-inch by 12-inch piece that I'm going to use. I'll have that set aside. And then I need to take an inch off of this because I only need a 7-inch. 7 inches by 11 inches. And so I'll take an inch off the bottom. You might have to pay attention if you've got something that's directional. Although this is not going to stay directional, because this is going to come over here down about so. You want this about a 1/2 inch off the top and the bottom. And then this is about a half inch, or it's, I guess, about a 1/4 inch. So I'm just doing it on, this paper pack, this Sweet on You, actually had some brown paper, and I could have used the brown behind it. But I thought, let me just do it on the cardstock, and that way then you all be able to see. Oh, I know what it was. I think this was probably, yeah. I think it was butted up against it because that gives a 1/2 inch off of the side. 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. And this goes all the way. Well, why? Because we're going to do these 3.5 inch photos down this side. You just kind of even them up in there, however, But this then is a good size that'll hold this frame. So kind of like I did here with just the black and white, but if I put this one here, now I probably won't use this picture, but because this is from my grandson, some of his senior pictures. And this was down off of Charleston Harbor. Well, actually over on Folly. And I think, of course, it's kind of bowed a little bit there, that picture is. I'm just kind of laying this out. But there you can see how you can use that frame with a 4x6 right underneath it. I just tried to find one that kind of matched, and this color in it is really more of an orange shirt, but in this filter, it looked a little more pinkish. And so, and if you wanted to turn this a little bit to give it a little angle, gives it a little character, you could actually do it toward the bottom if you wanted to, or you could do it up toward the top. But this is the same formula I used here. Now, if I had a landscape orientation that I needed to do, and I wanted to do a picture that was landscape. See if I can find one here real quick. I just have printed, but these printed at, you know, Creative Memories. So, okay, let's go with this one right here. This is a good landscape. And so if we wanted to use it as a landscape, if I wanted to put paper behind it, I would do the same thing. It would be the 1/2 inch off. And of course, this is decorated, so it's not going to go all the way up. It's not quite as, you know, large as the one that got cut. Well, then you still got your 3 pictures here that you could do across here. And that would be another orientation there. So, you know, so you would want to make sure which way your frame is going to go that you're going to use and which picture you might be going to use. And so you can use this same formula, turn it this way or this way, be at the top, or what if we done this? Now this one won't work this way. Turn this one around so you can see those. That would work easy enough. So you can see you can put these at the top and the main picture at the bottom. You can do this with it being at the side, and I showed you the other one where it could be at the top. So those are 3 different orientations using the same formula as far as either making your frame, or if you have a frame you want to use. This is one piece of paper, and this was the front, and this was the front side, this is the back side. So I'm using one piece of paper, and I just trimmed off an inch off of the top and the side after I'd cut my 4-inch strip, and so that you could see, you know, get all that out of one piece of paper, using it and then just putting it on a background, putting it straight on your page, putting on a background piece of paper, or, you know, piece of cardstock if you do your top loading pages. So wanted to show you that as an option on how to use our frame punches. So not only do we have, you know, where we've got frame punch like for a 1 page, or we have it where we can do it for 2 pages like we've done this way, this way. You know, I kind of showed you different ways there, and I didn't glue anything down. So, or these, this was one of the things I wanted. So sometimes we put these large frames out, and these frames are $5, and it's just already got all the embellishments, got the decoration done. And, you know, all you need to do, you write their name and what the date is on it, and you've got a done, you know, completed page done. So anyway, that's kind of my demo for today. And so let me jump back over here. And I hope that you've enjoyed that today. And so another way to use all of our frame punches that we have, or our border punches that are not chains. And so that's the one thing, or not where they have to, you know, they punch out, their fallout, they call them, and where you'd have to trim it top and bottom. Those won't work either. It's got to be one that stays on. And of course, the one thing about the difference between this frame with the dollop and the other one that I had with the damask, the damask it's so large. So sometimes you got to pay attention to the picture, because that definitely looks longer than this one. So you got to kind of pay attention to those too. So whether they take up the whole thing or part of the, you know, part of the distance. And you can always measure those, but sometimes it's just, you know, trying them out and seeing what works. So please, I hope you try this. Let me know if you tried it. Let me know how you like this video, and I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Again, this is Connie Skaggs from Ladson, South Carolina, as a Creative Memories independent advisor. I appreciate it. See y'all later. Bye.